welcome to my channel, Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos and checking me out, I hope you enjoy what you hear and see, and you decide to come back and visit again. I would love that. If you have been here before and you've watched one of my videos in the past, as always, I appreciate your continued support. And yeah, we're here for a whip and chat. I'm gonna update you guys on the goings-ons and the dramas in Kimba's world, and we're going to work on my large project. And I specifically wanted to do this square. So if you're not familiar with my large project, it's by Dreamers Designs. It's the 180 by 60 centimeter project, Sunday morning in spring, and we are on week 11, right? Yes, week 11. So for week 11, I have to go up to here. I do 3 squares each week, and I wanted to do the lady with you guys. It's not going to be all of her. It's not going to be her entire face. However, it'll be most of her body. I know my friend Zelda said that she can't wait till I do the lady, so I thought I'd do it with you guys, and she can watch her come to life if she happens to click on this video. So, yeah, that's what we're working on, and I am so bad. I forget the name of the artist. I'm gonna look at it for you though, because yeah, we need to mention the artist, Nikki Boheme. How did I forget that? So yeah, this is from Nikki Boheme, and yeah, it's a big one. So I've been working on it for 11 weeks now, and it's coming along quite nicely. You can see here that it is on a fairly confetti heavy area. We have a lot of flowers and shrubbery and things of that nature, so that's always confetti heavy. I'll go over the tools that I'm using. So for my pen, I have my Craftmakes pen with the feather and the dried flowers in it. I had this custom for me. I love this pen. I use metal tips from Amazon, really cheap. I do glue dots in the single placer, and then in my multi placer, I've been using, where did I put that? I have a bunch of them here, but I wanted to show you the, what did I do? Apple pie, right? Did I do apple pie? I think it's apple pie in here. Yeah. Joy's Putty. Keeping it simple. Tested and approved for her for ABs. And they are, I mean, it works for me. I have had 0 issues. And yeah, it places ABs like normal drills. And I no longer have to have a couple pens with me. So this is the only pen I'm using. My ceramic pen cutter. This is a Bella Art Dana Cole essential tray. I love these trays. This is my go-to tray now. This is a gift from Crafting with Susie. She made me a trash drill tray in the shape of Mickey Mouse ears, and then my desk timer. And it is the same day as the day that I finished and uploaded my May month in review, because that is my diamond painting Deutschland mug. Okay, and this is my setup. I use the Art Dot. It's 240 containers, but I only needed to use 2 levels. The third one is in the lid that I haven't had to go into, and I just rest them up here like this, and I love it. Yeah, so I have all of my drills. None of my drills are in bags. They are all here. So let's get this moving. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in, and we'll start chitty-chatting and diamond painting. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I think we're centered. I think we're in a good spot. I'm so upset. Oh my god, guys, I'm gonna edit out the crunching because I gotta eat this pretzel. I am so obsessed with pretzels. It's like, it's on an unhealthy level, I think. Like, I don't know why. And it comes and goes, but when it comes, it's on the level of absolutely ridiculous and not normal. Like, I almost think I must be some kind of alien or something. Or I used to actually, I was like, do I have pica? Now, pica is usually when you have a craving to eat like things that are not food. So it's not pica, but it's, I don't know. Like, me wanting to eat Joy's putty is pica. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to eat Joy's putty, but it smells good enough where it's like, oh, I can eat this. And if you ever see creamer in my coffee, then you know that I have my collagen in there. So I've been doing collagen in my coffee with creamer, and I love it. But anyway, yeah. I know a lot of people think that pretzels are boring, but oh my God, they're just like the best things on earth. I don't know what it is about pretzels. And this is not a new obsession for me. And I love soft pretzels too. I live very close to Philadelphia, so we have soft pretzels like all over the place. If you don't live in an area that has soft pretzels, I'm sorry. My aunts live on the West Coast, and I don't know if they can get them now, but I know for years and years and years, like the first thing they would want to get when they came to visit is a soft pretzel. And they said to like mimic having a soft pretzel, their favorite bagel when they would go to like a bagel shop was the salted bagel, because it was the closest thing that they could get to a soft pretzel. And it's not the same. It's just not. So anyway, I love soft pretzels, but I love hard pretzels too. And I'm going to stop eating them because, man, I'm going to have so many edit cuts. It's ridiculous. I can't. I just got to like stop eating them. And let's pick a color. Let's get the mind off the pretzels and let's move the bag away. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with this one. So I hope everybody is having a good day. So I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but since we're talking about pretzels, when my kids were young, they used to have a sale for, and I used to be obsessed with the Snyder's sourdough like beer pretzels, and the store would have a sale, 10 bags for $10. You would never see that sale today, but you know, this is my son is 24, and this is like when he was like 3 years old, okay, and maybe 4 years old. And I would go and I would get 10 bags. Yes, I would get 10 bags. And I would eat all 10 bags in less than a week. My ex-husband would go into the cabinet, and one day I saw him and he's like moving everything around, and he's looking around and he's looking around. And I'm like, what are you looking for? And he's like, a bag of pretzels. And I said, I eat them all. And he's like, we got 10 of them. I'm like, I know. And he's like on Monday. He's like, there's no way you ate them all. And I'm like, no, I really did. Yeah, it was bad. So bad. So like, I always had the bag next to me, and I would just like mindlessly be eating them. Like I would keep saying to myself, one more, just kind of like what you do with diamond painting, where you'd be like, you know, one more color, and then I'll stop and I'll go, you know, get the laundry, and then, you know, you go on and you do one more color. Well, that's what I would say to myself with the pretzels. One more pretzel, one more piece. And I would just keep eating them. And so one day my son says to me, and he's like 3 years old, and he looks at me and he says, Mommy. And I'm like, what, bud? I still call him Bud to this day. I'm like, what, bud? And he's like, why do you eat so many pretzels? I mean, literally looking at me like I'm I mean, he knew it was not normal. That's how bad it was. Like, my 4-year-old knew that my 3 or 4-year-old knew that my pretzel habit was not normal. And I literally looked at him and I was like, I don't know, bud. And I grabbed another pretzel and I ate it. I have no idea why. And I would take them to this place that sold soft pretzels and water ice. And I would get, and they would sell them, like, you could get 25, you can get 50. I think they call them like flats. You can get half a flat, a whole flat. You can get up to 100 pretzels. I literally would go there and be like, guys, we're going to the pretzel store. And they were excited because they would always get ice cream. Or no, it was water ice. I think it was pretzels and water ice. And I would always go and get 50 pretzels. I'm not even kidding you. I would buy 50 pretzels. I would take them home and I would put them in 5 in a bag. These Ziploc bags, these large Ziploc bags. I would put 5 in each bag. And every morning I would take out a bag. And yeah, I would eat them all through the course of the day. It was bad. I mean, I couldn't do that now. I was young and my metabolism was on fire, but I could, let me rephrase that. I could eat them like that now, but my body would hate me for it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I try not to eat soft pretzels very often because I don't ever want to go down that rabbit hole. But I don't even know. I feel like I need like to get hypnosis or something to get off of this pretzel fixation. It's literally my favorite food. I don't even know. I spent like 30 minutes, no, maybe an hour looking for some kind of pretzel that was like low carb, low calorie, so I could just eat an unlimited amount of them. And yeah, they just don't exist. I'm sure they wouldn't taste like pretzels anyway. But yeah, I got a problem. I don't know how to fix it, but it goes away. So like, I was on this pretzel, that, you know, at that time, that pretzel kick for like, for a decent amount of time. I would say a decent amount of time. Too long. But, and then it went away, and then I didn't eat pretzels for years. And right now, I'm in one of those phases. And, you know, I'm older, so the metabolism doesn't work the way it used to. It's a little rusty. Like, I can't be eating the pretzels like I want to. But I so want to. Does anybody have an obsession with us? I feel like I could be on that show where people eat things, but the thing is like, that's all they eat, right? Like, I remember this girl, all she ate was French fries, and she would throw up if she had to eat something else. Like, I'm not like that. Obviously, I'm not like that, but yeah. If I was like that, I would die of malnutrition, because there's really no nutritional value in pretzels. Oh my goodness, it's just like flour and water and yeast. So anyway, I would be the person that brought pretzels to the party. That would be me. Yes. Pretzels for everyone. My favorite is old time pretzels. Yes. They're the best. If you've never had them, highly recommend. Okay, let's get off the topic. So I wanted to tell you guys, Moogie got all of her, well, I'm going to do, okay, well, let me do a diamond painting update. I realized after I did my journal, I'm like, you know, you really just need to stop buying diamond paintings because you are too slow to be buying any more diamond paintings. Oh my God. Like the realization of how slow I am on my finishes was real. I'm like, why are you buying diamond paintings? You have no business buying any diamond paintings. So yeah, I'm gonna go on a no buy. I have to, because at this rate, like there's no reason for me to be buying diamond paintings. But that being said, I did just purchase something, because it's a special project. So I did just purchase a special project, so I'm looking forward to that. But I'm not even going to be starting it soon. I mean, kind of soon. I want to start it like decently soon. I love all these blues. I'm trying to think which blue I want to do next, because she's so pretty. I'm gonna start it like it's in the lineup to be started this year. Let's put it that way. So I have something. It's going to take a few weeks, and it's going to be a large project. So I'm just going to give hints. You guys can try to guess. It's going to take a few weeks. It's going to be a large project. It's going to be a long-term project. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. And let's see. I'm getting very excited about the diamond painting retreat. I hope people don't think I'm awkward, because I'm very shy, and you know, maybe it doesn't seem like I'm shy, but you know, you guys, I am talking to myself right now. I mean, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm like alone. So I don't know how much shyer you can get than that. So, but I'm still very, very, very much looking forward to it and meeting some people. I guess that's all. I don't really have a lot of diamond painting updates. I just have a lot of diamond paintings that I want to do, but I'm so slow. I don't know. And I'm still waiting for my sparklers. I forgot to look. I don't even think they shipped yet. If they did, I missed the shipment email. I keep forgetting to double check to see if it's shipped yet. But I have time. I have no intentions of starting that until the puppies and butterflies, until I'm finished my Oroloa. So I'm 2 rows done my Oroloa, and I'm banking it's going to be about 8 rows. Like when I eyeballed it and counted, I think it's going to be about 8 rows based on the size that I made the rows so far. And the parts that are coming up are going to be pretty confetti heavy, because we're starting to get into the hair, which I'm really excited about, because I really want to see these colors, you know, form a picture. So I feel like every time I start doing rounds, I have to readjust the way I diamond paint. Do you guys find that? I don't know. And then also with the color blocking, like I just felt like my lines were off. And I've been like doing some adjusting. I don't like that feeling. So I think that's all the diamond painting updates. I'm gonna go on a no buy, I think it's going to have to start after the retreat, though, because there's going to be vendors, and I'm probably going to spend money. So I don't want to say I'm not going to buy anything at the retreat. Like, I want to be supportive of companies too. So I am, we'll see. But after the retreat, I'm definitely going to be on a strict no buy. It's so hard to say, but I just have to keep in mind that I probably have something very similar to whatever it is I want. And yeah. Although I am going to be losing points if I don't use them from Dreamers Designs. I've never used any of my points, and they're going to expire in August. All right, well, let's just get through July, and then we'll revisit August. I'm already thinking about, this is a sickness. Is it worse than the pretzels? I don't know. Could be. Maybe I need a hypnotist to help me with a few things. All right, so diamond painting updates. We're going on a no-buy after the retreat for all the month of July for sure. Okay? Okay. Now, I know that a lot of people, or some of you, have bought the Joy's Putty. I'm using it right now. Let me know how you liked it. If you got it, did you have any issues with it? Did you find it worked on the ABs? I have used, so far I've used 3 different scents, and they've all worked beautifully for me. I haven't had any issues. I literally, because you know, my Oroloa canvas, the Domtus Stay Lion, it has a lot of ABs in it. Well, I literally changed my putty and then laid down tons of ABs with the new putty and had no issues. So I'm curious if you guys are experiencing the same. Yeah, I love it. And I think that's it with the diamond painting. But I'm going to give you some Moogie updates. Moogie is doing good. She's growing really, really well. She is, I can already tell, like, she's maturing a little bit. She still gets the zoomies, the puppy zoomies at night, but it's not as bad, and she calms down a lot faster. She's a very good listener. I think the best example of that is when we, you know, tell her to sit and stay for her food, and she's not allowed to, like, go to her bowl until we say break. And she's so patient. She does very, very well with that. And she, for the most part, doesn't jump on people when she meets them. We tell her she has to sit, and she'll sit. Like right now, she's only 25 pounds, but we're concerned about when she's, you know, much more. We don't want her jumping on people, especially in our neighborhood. You know, I live in a retirement neighborhood, and, you know, probably the average age is like 70. So we certainly don't want her knocking down anybody. We took her on Wednesday and she got her last set of vaccines. So she's now able to meet other animals. And we started that yesterday and she did really, really well. I mean, she was scared. So she's scared of the Doberman. I've been talking about the Doberman for a while now. The Doberman is very big. She's 110 pounds and she is, I mean, she's 110 pounds. She's massive. And she's scared. Moogie is scared of her. She's gentle and she's a sweetheart, and she likes to play. But Moogie is afraid of getting too close to her. Can't blame her. I mean, she's huge. The first time she like really wouldn't go near her. And this is another thing. For weeks now, we've had her for 6 weeks. You know, we've been telling her, we've been pulling her away from the other dogs because she hasn't been fully vaccinated. So, you know, she's just now starting to be able to be around them. And, you know, for weeks she wasn't allowed around the dog. So, but she's been seeing the dog. Like she would watch the Doberman walk past her and they would, you know, stare each other down. They're both very much like stare you down breeds. Not necessarily like a ton of barking going on, but just like staring each other down. It's kind of funny. And then there's this like XL bully. He's huge. I mean, huge. His jaw muscles, when he pants, you can see his jaws. And the muscles in his jaws are ridiculous. Like, they're like literally this thick on each side. It's crazy. And he is also like very gentle. And he's overweight. He's like as tall as Soju was, but he's like 78 pounds. He's a chunk of monk. And Moogie is afraid of him. Again, rightfully so. So she did give him kisses yesterday. She did get close enough where she gave him a couple kisses. The second time she saw him. The first time she saw him, she was terrified of him and she wouldn't get close. The second time she saw him, it was kind of like, oh yeah, I remember you. And then she like, they sniffed a little more. So I'm sure if she sees him today, she'll even get closer. And it was so cool because I'm making friends, guys. Because Moogie has me outside so much. She was a little rammy after her dinner. No, right before her dinner, because I wouldn't walk her like right after her dinner. So it was like right before her dinner, she was like getting kind of rammy, and she still had like 40 minutes before it was her dinner time. So I thought, let me walk her and get rid of some of this energy. And I go outside and I start walking her down the street. And two of my neighbors, ladies, were walking their dogs and they were talking. And I walked up and they're like, oh, it's Moogie. Because they've been seeing her. And so she was finally able to meet the one dog that she's never met. And the other dog was the XL bully. And so their moms and I, we all walked together all the way around the block, talking and chit-chatting, and the dogs walked together. It was so cool. I was like, oh my God, I got friends. Like, Moogie made me friends. I was so happy. Ooh, ABs. Okay, so you can see again, if you didn't see my last Whip and Chat where I did a demo of this Putty and the ABs. gotta line the ABs right. Isn't that awesome? So cool. I don't know what she uses in this putty to do this, but I just love the fact that because I was like switching back and forth between wax and putty, and the wax would get pulled out of the pen, and the putty would stick to the top of the AB. What a pain in the tush, tush, tush. So anyway, yeah, it was so cool that I was able to walk around the block with these girls and get to know them better. So I think that, I mean, I hope that we do it again. And I should have gotten their phone numbers, but I didn't bring my phone with me. I think when I walked, they were like, I wish I had my phone. I'd be taking a video of like Moogie playing with their dogs. I'm going to bring my phone with me next time I go on walk. My girlfriend is coming over today, and she's bringing her dog, the dog that made me want a big dog. And they're going to meet finally. And I'm so excited. And I think that they're going to get along really, really well, because my friend's dog loves to play. She's like still got, so when we were on the walk, Moogie wanted to play with the little white dog. She was still kind of scared of the XL bully, but she was not afraid of the little white dog, and she wanted to play with him. But he's 4 years old, and he didn't want to play. And she bit his tail because it was like wagging. He didn't like that, but I was like, she probably is like, what is this thing? Because she doesn't have one. Oh my God, it was so funny. She bit his tail. And then she kept trying to jump on him, and I kept like pulling her back because I didn't want her jumping on him. And his mom was like, I wonder what he'd do if she jumped on him. She's like, go ahead and let her jump on him. Because he definitely wouldn't attack her. Like, she knows, you know, he's not that type of dog. He's like she said he like never barks and very docile. He just was like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not playing with you. And like moved aside. It was funny. Oh my goodness. She's coming along. Let's do this one. But yeah, I was just excited to be out with the girls, and you know, I'm like, this would have never happened if I didn't have Moogie, because I would be sitting at my desk right now, diamond painting. I would never be outside. So she definitely gets me out of the house more. And then I was outside with her, and I saw my neighbor across the street. Never met him before. So he was like in a wheelchair, and he's like shuffling. And I thought he was like, he was shuffling away from the front door. And I looked up, and we said hi. And then he turned around in the wheelchair, and he started shuffling back towards the front door. And I was like thinking, what's he doing? Didn't he just come out here, or did he just roll around from out back? Like, I was not sure where he came from. And so I was like, I guess he's going back in the house. And then I saw he was trying to close the door. So I was like, do you need help? And he was like, no, I got it, I think. And he slammed the door shut. And then he turned around, and he started like you know, and he's shuffling with his feet in the wheelchair away from his front door now. And next thing you know, he's like on the grass and he's trying to, and I'm like, are you okay? Like, I was like, I'm thinking, is he going to his mailbox? Where's he going? Well, no, he was going to his van. So I was like, oh, is he driving somewhere? So I'm like, can I help you? And he was like, oh, no, I'll be all right. And he's like, oh, I'm so-and-so, by the way. And I was like, oh, my name's Kim. He's like, oh, nice to meet you. He's like, yeah, you got a little puppy. And we were like talking back and forth, whatever. And he starts to like, you know, get ready to get up and everything. I was like thinking, how is he going to get that wheelchair in the van? So I'm like, well, do you want me to put your wheelchair in the van for you? And he was like, oh, that would be wonderful if you don't mind. I was just going to leave it on the grass and hope it was here when I got back. And I was like, no, I don't mind. Are you going to be able to get it out of the car? And he said, yeah, I just can't lift it into the car. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I went over there and I, you know, he got into the driver's seat, and then I folded up his wheelchair and I put it in his, he had the seat removed right behind his driver's seat. So I just, you know, he said, just put it right here. So I put it there, and I was like, you know, you're going to be okay to get it out? And he said, yeah. So I was actually sitting in the craft room later, and I was like keeping an eye out for him. And then I saw him pull up, and Bob happened to be awake. So Bob watched the dog for like an hour yesterday, and then he started to not feel well, and so he had to go back to bed. And so then I took back over duty, but he just happened to be awake when this guy pulled up, and I was like, oh, I was waiting for this guy to pull up and see if he needs help getting the wheelchair out. And Bob's like, I'll go over there. So he ran over there, and by the time Bob got over there, the guy did get it out of the van. Got it out. I didn't see him do it. Because I had to go into the living room and watch the dog. But yeah, he was able to get the, oh, my friend's here. I'm going to finish this later. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. All right, guys, it's the next day, of course. And it was such a nice day. Yesterday, my friend brought her dog over, Duchess, and I'm going to try to put video here of Moogie trying to get Duchess to play. If I have any good video, like I tried taking video, so if I have any good video, I'll put it here now for you guys. But Moogie did so well. She really was trying to get Duchess to play with her, but Duchess was, there's just too many, I guess, new scents and stuff. She was like in our house for the first time, so she was a little preoccupied. She also just got her, what did she, oh, her Lyme's disease vaccine, so she might have been a little like off, but she's used to playing off lead, and we don't have a yard, so we couldn't take them anywhere where Duchess could, you know, be off lead and play with her. So Moogie was kind of chasing her around and like nipping at her tail and trying to get her to play with her, and she was like just sniffing and sniffing and sniffing around the whole house. And when the couple times that she did turn around and she like tried to play with her, she's a big dog, and so she would like put her paw on her, and Moogie would get scared, and so then Moogie would be afraid of her, but then Moogie would turn around after like, I don't know, 15 minutes of like kind of cowering and, you know, me coddling her like, it's okay. I'm like petting her. Then she would get brazen again, and she would start chasing her and trying to get her to play with her again. So I told my girlfriend, I was like, she's going to be, because we're taking her to daycare on Monday. It'll be her first daycare session. I told my girlfriend she's going to be a totally different dog. Like, you know, next week. So we're hoping, but overall, in the end, they did really, really well together. And, yeah, we can tell that they could be very good friends. So that's what we want, because we want to be able to take them to the beach together. We want them to be friends and play. And I just weighed Moogie this morning. She is 27.2 pounds as of this morning. So she's getting up there towards the 30-pound mark. Duchess is 75 pounds, I think. So, you know, she's got a good bit of weight on her compared to Moogie. But I think Moogie is going to end up being way more than her. We'll see. Duchess is on a diet. She's a little chunky right now because she had her, she had a subluxation of her back ankle that she had to have repaired, and 4 months she couldn't run. She couldn't go in her backyard off lead. She couldn't go to daycare and play with her friends because they did some stitches, internal stitches, and she wasn't allowed to basically play, and so she had gained weight, and she was going crazy out of her mind because she's a very active dog. But yeah, overall it was a great meeting. And so then my girlfriend and I went to the diner and we picked up dinner and we ate dinner together. We got, you know, Bob ordered stuff and we all ate. And then after we ate, my son showed up and my girlfriend was still over, so he got to meet Duchess. And then my girlfriend left. And then my son and I, we went and got ice cream and we watched Unforgiven. Do you guys remember that movie? So like I hyped it up so much. I was like, I've been dying to watch that movie and Man on Fire. I love both of those movies. So I've been like stalking the TV listings because I actually found Unforgiven playing and I recorded it, and Bob deleted it. He said he thought he accidentally recorded it because I never watch TV, so he never thought in a million years that I would be like recording something. And I was like, no, I wanted to watch it, and I don't know, I've just been having a hankering to watch it. And so then I couldn't find it again to record it again, so I didn't want to rent it for $3 or $3.99. You know, so I just kept looking for it to record it. But, you know, then my son, I said to him, have you ever seen the movie Unforgiven? And he said, no. And I said, do you want to watch it tonight? Like, while we were on our way to get ice cream? And he's like, sure. So I felt like that was worth renting to sit with my son and watch it. So when we got back, we rented it and we watched it. And I still love the movie, like, a lot, but it definitely wasn't as action-packed as I remembered. It was a very slow movie, and so he wasn't, like, insanely impressed. He was like, it was okay, and, yeah, he wasn't insanely impressed. So I was like, well, next week we're going to watch Enemy Mine, and he's like, is it another cowboy movie? And I'm like, no, it's a sci-fi movie, but it's a really old one too. It's one of my favorites. I've mentioned it before. This is my left foot. This is my right foot. These are my feet. I love that movie so much. Oh, you guys ever watch that movie? It's got such a great, with Dennis Quaid. Oh my God, I love that movie. Anyway, so I told him we were going to watch that next week because he's been coming over every Friday to see Moogie. and he stays pretty late. And normally that's like my prime diamond painting time, but it's worth spending it with my son. So if he's gonna come over next week, I'm hoping we can watch Enemy Mine. I gotta look and see where it's available. If you've never seen that movie, it's like, you know, old and like, what is it? Is it the graphics? Is that what we call it? Or is that video gaming? I don't even know. It's kind of cheesy. But it's a great movie, and it's got a great message. It's got an amazing message. And if you watch that movie and you don't cry, I think you need to go to the cardiologist. Make sure your heart's still beating. That movie makes me cry so much. Yeah, it's called Enemy Mine with Dennis Quaid. It's so good. So I don't know how much, but my son trusts my movie recommendations at this point, though. But then I was like, well, have you ever seen Man on Fire? And he's like, yeah, you made me watch it. I was like, it was good though, right? And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that was actually a really good movie. Trying to say like this one wasn't. I was like, this one was good too. And he's like, it was all right. But honestly, I do remember it having, it was more of a drama, I feel like, than it was a action movie. And I remember it being an action movie, so I don't know why I remember it that way. But I don't know how much time I have to talk because we have some guys out back removing a stump, and it's very noisy with, uh-oh, it's starting up. The chainsaws. Yeah. That ain't gonna work. So what I'm going to do is because I don't know how much, I mean, they're like on and off with the chainsaw. I'm going to keep diamond painting this square, and you know, if I can come back, you know, if they start chainsawing again and I can come back, or if they stop, if they keep going on and off, then, you know, I'll turn the video on and off and just pick up where I left off if I can remember, because my memory is not the best. But this square is going to take me forever. I'm going to keep diamond painting is what I'm trying to say in between, because yeah, it's my morning, it's Saturday morning, and I'm going to keep diamond painting. So if you see jumps in the completion of this, that's why, is what I'm trying to tell you. So I'm almost completely done her dress. Let me do these H's. But yeah, so it was a good day. It was a good day. I really had a lot of fun, and we've been dying for Duchess and Moogie to meet. So, and I'm excited. You know, she did really well. She loves to meet other dogs now. And so I'm really excited for her with daycare. I think that that's going to help expel a lot of her energy, and, you know, it's just going to be good for her to socialize. So I do have to call the vet today and have them, you know, send me over, email me over her vaccine record. So, but yeah, so that is our, I think all my movie updates. Got her vaccines, you know, with Meet in the Neighborhood dogs. She now met my friend's dog. Next, we want to try her swimming again. It's getting really hot out, so I want to try getting her in the pool again. I don't know if that life vest is going to fit her. I mean, she's just growing like a weed. Let me see. What else did I want to tell you? I wanted to tell you guys that I did go and get, do you guys know what sclerotherapy is? It's when they inject like an agent in your legs for spider veins. So I go and I get that every year or two. I found this place where it's pretty reasonably priced, and they give you it's very reasonably priced, because I used to think it was thousands of dollars, and so I would never get it done. And then I found out, no, it's a couple hundred at this place, and they give you a discount if you're a nurse. They give you 10% off. So I go there and I just get touch-ups, like a tune-up, like a car. And I went on Wednesday and I had it done. And the only annoying thing about it is that you got to wear these really thick compression stockings, I think for only 3 days. I got to call them too. In fact, let me make these phone calls before it's, like on Wednesday after they did the sclerotherapy, I had to wear the stockings Wednesday night, all that day, and then all that night, and then you have to wear them during the day. So I woke up and I had to just take a shower and put them right back on, and then finally Thursday night I could take them off and sleep without them. So that was nice, because it gets really itchy. And then I had to wear them yesterday during the day, and I don't think I have to wear them again, but I gotta call them just to double check. So I have to call Moogie's vet, and then I have to call that place, and then I don't know what else is new. I felt like I had more to tell you guys. I ordered Bob some Father's Day gifts, and I ordered him one from Moogie. It's a garden flag with a Rottweiler on it, and it has the American flag on it, and I'll put a picture of it here. So it came yesterday, so I ordered him that, and I ordered him a couple tank tops, and I ordered him a new pair of work shoes, because his work shoes are busted. So, because he's a new dad, and he knows the guy is doing our stump. See, we had that tree cut down. I don't know if you guys remember, but I was talking about this big tree in the back, and Bob had it cut down because it was like every time we go out there after like high winds, there'd be all these branches on the floor, and it was like literally hanging over 3 different homes, and he was like so stressed out about it. I didn't realize how stressed out about it he was, but he said every time it rained and every time it stormed, he'd be so stressed out that it was gonna, you know, go through somebody's roof. And here I am, I had no worries. None. But it was like this, that was like the opposite of the roof. Like, I was so stressed out about the roof. I thought that the roof was leaking, and like we were getting all this water damage. I mean, I was so, I would have nightmares of the roof leaking, and I'd be on him like, we need to get this roof done. We need to get this roof done. And he was just like, yeah. Well, that's how it was, but opposite with this tree. He'd like, we need to get this tree cut down. And I'm just like, okay. So anyway, he gets the tree cut down, and he told them, because to grind the stump, it would have been another, I don't know how much, but he had them leave the stump up to the split, and it just looked awful out there. I was like, so I said to him, listen, I'll pick up an overtime shift to have that stump removed, because I can't look at that. I think our neighbors must be so angry, because that's ugly. And he was like, all right, well, he works with guys that do landscaping, and they actually cut our lawn. They work 2 jobs, so they do our landscaping, and they actually work at night where Bob works. It's crazy. I don't know how these guys do it. And so he was telling them that, you know, yeah, I gotta find someone to do this stump, you know, anyone that'll do this stump. And they were like, we'll do the stump. So he was like, really? And they're like, yeah, we can do the stump. They have a stump grinder or whatever. And he's like, okay. So he's out there now with Moogie, and I guess he's distracting them, because that's why they're not running these power tools. I'm like, okay, cool, just keep talking so I can finish my whip and chat. Oh my god. But yeah, so I woke up and she was laying next to me, and he was outside. He said after he fed her, she wanted to go back to sleep, and so he put her in the bed next to me, and he went outside. So then when she woke up and was ready to get up, I got her down, and I made my coffee, and he's outside chit-chatting, so I took her out to him. I was like, you are on dog duty, because I'm gonna finish recording, finish doing my square, and then I'm going to the gym. I have to work tonight, and we both have to work tomorrow night, so that's why she's gonna go in daycare on Monday when we get home from work, so we can sleep. I'm really excited for her though, because I know she's gonna love it. I'm getting really excited about this retreat. I don't know who all's gonna be there, and you know, so if you're there, please just tell me who you are. And I just am like bad with names, and I'm very forgetful anymore. Used to be so good with names, and now when I meet someone, I just like repeat their name like 5 times, so I try to remember it. Like, I finally remember my neighbors across the street next to my neighbor who lost his wife. I finally remember their names, and so every time I see them, I say their names, so I remember it. So bad. I can't tell you how many nurses I work with, because it's like a revolving door of nurses, and there's just new nurses constantly, and I only work weekends, which means I only work with them every 3 weeks. If they don't have off or switch, or, you know, if they do that, then I only work with them every 6. So every time I go there, there's new nurses, and I don't recognize names, and then they tell me their names, and I'm like, like halfway in the shift, I'm like, I'm trying to get their attention because I need something, or, you know, their call light's on or something. And I'm just like, and then I see someone I know and I'm like, what's her name again? They're like, that's Maddie. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, Maddie. I am so bad with names anymore. I'm like, why am I like this? It's horrible, but there's just so many of them. And I just don't have enough interaction with them. Yeah. I tell you guys, we're in this lottery pool at work. We're in this lottery pool. A bunch of us girls are in this lottery pool. And I'm like, that would be so perfect if like 16 nurses won one of these $1 billion jackpots. Wouldn't that be awesome? I mean, I think that would be so awesome. Especially like, I think almost all of us that are in it, we worked through COVID together. Like, I think that would be so great. And we were joking around, and I'm like, this is why we're never gonna win. We were joking around about like the gifts we would give, because like I shouldn't talk about this. This is funny though. Like for Nurses Week, we get like, we get like a candy bar. I'm like, I'll buy the candy bars. All right. But anyway, it's fun. We have like a group chat, and we all talk on the group chat, like about what, like if it's a high jackpot, someone's like, oh, my daughter wants a horse. I took her horseback riding. Then I could get her a horse. Some people are like, I would still work. I'm like, no, you wouldn't, because somebody would find a reason to sue you real quick. And they were like, oh, I was like, you'd be such a liability on that unit. It's not even funny. If you want to work, you should volunteer somewhere. Which I think would be awesome. It's like, if you had the time, you could go volunteer. I would probably do something with the vets. I was talking to a girl. She's been in the military for I think this is her 9th year, and she just got orders that she's being deployed. Yeah. And she was just like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Kind of scared me. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to say it all because I don't want to bring mass hysteria. Just to say that, you know, she said she's a little excited, but of course she's nervous. And you know, she'd be going there as a possible field nurse. I'm like, geez, that's scary. So then I'm like, well, how old do they take people? Like, what's the cutoff? And she's like 35. And she's like, but for medical, it's totally different. She's like you might be able to still sign up. And she said, I guess the last time she was around like people that just signed up, There was a guy who was 70 and he just was entering the military, and he was a doctor, 70 years old. And a guy who was 60 something, also a doctor, just going into the military. Like, God bless them. And she said for medical personnel, it's different, like their age limits and requirements, and so I came home and was like, what do you think about me signing up for the military? Bob's like, I wouldn't see you for like 2 years, and you'd come home and I'd be dead. I'm like, what? He's like he thinks that he I don't know. I guess that's what he's trying to say, is that he needs me. I'm like, 2 years? And he's like, yeah, if you get deployed, you're going to go away for 2 years. I'm like, she's only going away for 1, but who knows? She could be out there and they'll like extend it for another year, another year, another year. I guess I'm too old for that. I should have gone into the military when I was younger. That's what I said to her, and she was like, oh, well, you probably definitely would have been deployed then. Who knows? But I always say that. I honestly think that if I was the person I am today, when I graduated high school, I would have gone into the military. I really do. I keep seeing ones that I missed. Because there's X's, and I'm doing the plus signs, and they're basically the same color. And I'm seeing a couple Y's I missed. Yeah, I do think I would definitely have joined the military. Especially like right when I graduated high school, my boyfriend in high school like broke up with me, well, cheated on me and left me for another girl. And I was like all distraught. I should have just gone into the military. I should have, but I didn't realize how much I liked, you know, fitness at that time. I wish if I had, then maybe I might have. I don't know. My dad, you know, fought in the Vietnam War, and he had such a bad taste in his mouth about the military that he would have definitely 100%, if I said to him, I don't want to go into the military, he would have talked me out of it. There's no way he would have been okay with that, because I was his little girl. And so he never had anything nice to say about the military. So I looked, you know, down on it. Not down on it, but I didn't think it was ever anything that I would want to do, because he made it sound horrible. But Bob said the same thing. He said he wanted to go into the military, and his parents said no. And then he said he wanted to be a cop, and they said no. And honestly, I think that would have been his calling, was to be a police officer. I think he would have been an excellent police officer. And he did end up in the prison system, though. So he but then he left that job 15 years in. I don't know why. I'm like, do you regret it? Because he would have retired and had a pension in 5 years. He says no. Well, I don't know. I'm like, you had the golden ticket. I know people that worked in the prison system. She's younger than me, and she's retired. She's retired. traveling, living her life. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna cut it off here. And I will try to remember to show this square in the end of what it looks like. When I'm done. Because I think I'm moving along pretty... Oh, I forgot to do my timer. Urgh. Okay, I gotta look and see how long I've been talking on here. All right, guys, if you... actually, I'm gonna finish this square, and I'll be right back. Guys, we are done. I already turned the light pad off. I'm just gonna... Oh, no. I was gonna go like this. Just... No, we're gonna do it to the camera. That makes more sense. There we go. There she is. The beautiful, lovely Victorian lady. I don't know. I was calling her Southern Belle because this gives me country vibes. I don't know, with the chicken and the barn and the... I don't know. But yes, there she is in her beautiful blue dress. And she's so sparkly. There's a lot of ABs in this square, in the flowers, and in her dress. So, yep, on the steps. I love it. All right, guys, I have one more to do, and then I'm done this week. So I have today and tomorrow to finish it. I just wanted you to see the square in all its glory. That is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out. And if you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Keep diamond painting.